Here on the animal farm, Mr. Jones, the farmer and owner of the manor farm, is locking up the barn doors for the night while old Major is resigning from the president of the barn. He gets distracted by a noise in the barn and then he forgets to lock the door completely, leaving it open. Napoleon and Snowball see old Major half awake in his stall, and they can tell that he is semi-annoyed with the other farm animals because they are being a little bit too loud. After Napoleon and Snowball walk over to see old Major, they ask him what is wrong because they notice that something is up. Old Major told them that he needed them to do him a favor and take over the farm and have it no longer be a manor farm but an animal farm. Napoleon and Snowball both agree. Napoleon and Snowball call a meeting with all the animals on the farm to tell them that they are going to take over the manor farm and drive out Mr. Jones in order to fulfill old Major's dream. Snowball takes some of the other pigs to teach them how to read. Napoleon takes some of the young puppies to educate them in the subject of animalism. Animalism is behavior that is characteristic of or appropriate to animals, particularly in being physical and instinctive. Mr. Jones comes back to the now called Animal Farm and tries to take over the farm again to make it a manor farm. But all of the animals formed an army led by Napoleon and Snowball to fight back and continue their reign over the farm. All of the animals celebrate in favor of their win of the Battle of Cowshed. By the end of the party, Napoleon and Snowball break out into a fight about who has more power in being the leader on the farm. This argument results in the other animals getting confused over who is their real leader. Snowball tries to tell Napoleon about his idea of the windmill, but Napoleon doesn't like the idea, so he told Snowball to leave. After Snowball leaves, Napoleon changes his mind on the windmill, and all of the animals are all for it, so they help to build the windmill. Mr. Frederick, who is a neighboring farmer, tricks Napoleon when he purchases timber. Mr. Frederick attacks the farm and then dynamites the windmill. The animals then rebuild the farm a second time. A few years later, the animals were starting to act like humans. They were wearing clothes, walking on two legs, going to restaurants, and getting actual jobs. While Napoleon was out to eat one night, he met a man. Napoleon met Mr. Pilkington at a dinner, and he made a deal to become allies with him. Mr. Pilkington took over the farm from Napoleon, and he changed the name from Animal Farm back to Manor Farm. The farm was back to normal and the animals stopped acting like humans and they started to act like animals once again.